All right, diving right in, folks. Today we're tackling the oh-so-alluring world of online money-making and, well, let's face it, the quick and easy cash promises.
The get-rich-quick schemes.
Exactly. We got this YouTube video sent in titled, Earn $3 per hour, automatic PayPal deposits, hands-free. I mean, come on, that's a title that just begs to be clicked.
It does. It definitely plays on that hope we all have, right?
Oh, yeah, the dream, that passive income dream.
Effortless money.
Precisely. But we're here to see what's what. Joining us is our expert, ready to, well, bust some myths, I suspect.
I wouldn't say bust, more like shed some light on the realities, maybe.
Fair enough. So this video features a platform called Earnably. Sounds familiar?
Paid-to-do site. Pretty common model. Users earn points, complete tasks, surveys, videos, little games.
Right. And it all sounds, well, kind of too good to be true.
Often is. I mean, technically, yeah, you can earn, but the reality is often far from the flashy advertising, low earnings, and the time commitment. Wow.
Not so passive then, huh?
Not really.
Okay, let's break it down. This video highlights the $3 an hour, right?
Yep.
Passive video viewing. Engaging.tv is the platform.
Passive. Interesting choice of words, because you're watching ads within these videos, and different types get you different points.
So they say. And they actually mention needing to watch like 9 ads for a certain number of points to even hit that $3.
Yeah. And if you do the math on that, considering the time spent just on the ads alone.
Yeah, not exactly a living wage, is it?
It really makes you think about like how they get people to spend so much time for so little reward.
Right. It's like the promise is there, but the delivery, not so much.
Yeah.
Okay, another thing. Automatic PayPal money.
Oh, yeah, that's a big selling point for them. Hit a certain point threshold, boom, straight to your PayPal.
Sounds convenient, but is there a catch?
Well, convenience often comes at a cost. Think about the data privacy implication.
Oh, good point.
Giving a third-party access to your PayPal, that always warrants a closer look.
Absolutely. And speaking of closer look, they suggest using multiple devices to, maximize earnings.
Phone, computer, tablet, the works.
They even joked about getting the dog to watch videos.
It's a bit much. I mean, it really highlights the inefficiency of the model, doesn't it? All this effort across multiple devices just for, well, peanuts.
The digital hamster wheel, huh? Always running, but going nowhere fast.
Oh.
And here's the kicker. Later on, the video creator says, you're really not going to get rich doing this.
Almost like a buried disclaimer. An afterthought, maybe.
Right. You're not going to get rich. But hey, click this link in the description for real passive income.
Classic move. Dangle the carrot, then pull a switcheroo.
Exactly. So for someone watching this video, hoping to make some, I don't know, beer money at least, what's the takeaway?
Platforms like this. Maybe. Maybe some pocket change. But approach with caution and a heavy dose of realism. Don't get swept up in the hype. Do your homework. Look into the actual earning potential.
Don't believe everything you see on YouTube, basically.
Yeah, that's a good rule of thumb for life in general, I'd say.
Okay, so we've talked about video watching, but the video mentions other ways to rake in those Earnably points. What else do they have?
The classics. Online surveys, tell them about yourself, what you like, don't like.
Market research stuff?
Right. And then there are offer walls, tempting, but be careful. Often involve free trials, subscriptions, sometimes even purchases. Earn those points.
And of course, the good old download and install apps.
Yeah, that one's been around forever. Gotta watch out for those sneaky recurring subscriptions, though. And with app downloads, your phone storage takes a hit, not to mention the privacy concerns.
Always a trade-off, isn't it?
It is. And again, the earnings are usually pretty low for a lot of time and effort.
It's all about weighing the effort versus the reward.
Exactly. And the opportunity cost. Is this really the best use of your time and energy?
Good question. One we should all be asking ourselves.
This whole thing kind of reminds me of, well, there's this trend, right? Hustle culture.
Well, hustle culture, yeah. For our listeners who might not be totally up on that term, what's that all about? And how does it connect to like this Earnably thing?
It's this idea that you should always be working, always hustling, side gigs, monetizing everything, maximize, optimize, all that.
So basically, Earnably is like tapping into that.
In a way, yeah. It presents this image of easy money, freedom from the 9 to 5. But the reality is, well, we've seen the reality.
Right. It's like empowering on the surface, but then
it can be a bit of a trap. Always chasing those small rewards, it can really drain you.
Mentally, I bet.
Yeah, and it can distract you from, finding something more sustainable, something you actually enjoy.
That's a good point. I hadn't thought of it that way. And it's almost like a game, right? The points, the
Oh,
levels.
absolutely. Gamification. It's designed to keep you hooked. Makes it feel less like work, even if you're barely making anything.
Sneaky. Playing on our need for achievement.
Totally. And speaking of rewards, let's talk redemption. The video really pushes PayPal. Minimum payout's 125 points, which works out to about $1.
Automatic PayPal money. That's what they call it.
Right. Sounds fancy. But there's a catch, as always. Earnably takes a 1% fee.
Ah, so even on $1, they're getting their cut.
Got to make money somehow, right?
And
And payments can take up to 3 days to process.
not so instant then.
Not quite. Patience is a virtue, I guess. They do have other options, though. Gift cards for different stores and stuff. Gaming platforms. Even Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, huh?
Hmm.
Interesting. Got to appeal to the crypto crowd.
Exactly. Stay relevant, attract a wider audience. So watching this video, did you notice anything about like the tone, how the message kind of changes?
Oh, totally. At the end, they're all, you're really not going to get rich doing this? Like, duh.
Right. After hyping it up the whole time, makes you wonder about their motives.
Yeah. Are they actually trying to help people make money? Oh,
Or just exploiting that desire for easy money. It's a tough question, but it definitely raises some ethical concerns.
for sure. As viewers, we got to be careful. Not everything that glitters is gold, right?
Exactly. We need to be critical, question what we see,
Yeah.
and make informed choices.
Informed choices. That's the key.
Yeah.
So have you ever actually tried any of these online money-making things? Just curious.
Me personally, not platforms like Earnably, no, but I've definitely seen my share of these schemes, these promises over the years. There's a whole industry preying on people's hopes.
I can imagine. I've dabbled a bit myself, actually. Some things worked out, some
Right.
not so much. It's tempting, especially these days with the gig economy and all that.
Yeah, it's understandable. People are looking for ways to make ends meet, to have more flexibility, but it's important to be realistic and aware of the risks.
Definitely. Time is money, after all. And we shouldn't waste it on things that don't really pay off.
Right. It's a balancing act, exploring opportunities, but also protecting yourself.
Being a savvy consumer, not just blindly following the hype.
And that all comes back to critical thinking, being able to evaluate information, spot the red flags.
Media literacy.
Yeah,
It's more important now than ever. We're bombarded with information all the time.
absolutely. And it starts with understanding ourselves. What are we looking for? Are our expectations realistic? Are we willing to put in the work?
Those are good questions to ask. It's easy to get caught up in the fantasy of it all.
It is. But financial security, it's a journey, not a quick fix. It takes time, smart choices, and a good understanding of, well, reality.
Well said. I think that's a perfect segue into our final takeaway for today. This video, it might seem like we're just picking on one little platform, one way to make money online, but it actually kind of says a lot about us, about how we see money and how much we all want that financial security.
It's like it shows what we're hoping for, what we're afraid of. We all want those easy answers,
Mhm.
especially when it comes to money.
Yeah, and this video, it's a good reminder to think critically. Don't just believe everything you see, especially those too good to be true promises.
And to learn more about money, about finances, there's no shame in that. Find those real paths to financial well-being, the sustainable ones.
Exactly. This whole deep dive, it's been all about that, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Thinking for ourselves, making smart choices in this crazy online world.
Yeah. No shortcuts to real success or
Yeah.
right.
So before we wrap things up, I'm curious, this video, these platforms like Earnably, what do you think it says about how we view work these days and leisure and even the whole idea of financial freedom in this digital age,
Ooh, that's a big question.
It is. But it's worth pondering, right?
Definitely. Something for all of us to think about.
It is. It's about being mindful, making sure our choices, they line up with what we actually value in the long run.
Yeah. We have the power to shape our own futures. We don't have to just accept what's thrown at us online.
So well said. And on that note, listeners, we want to hear from you. What really stood out to you from this whole deep dive into online money making?
What other crazy sources have you come across? Send them our way. We're always up for a good challenge.
We are. Keep those submissions coming. And until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and stay awesome.